Hey y'all, this your girl Shema Ladd, personal development premarital coach. Welcome to Help Me Out. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, comment, y'all. You're gonna hear me ask until y'all start commenting or my community grows. Y'all start getting them comments in so we can chit chat and have some real good conversations. Now, I'm gonna put this as a disclaimer because I'm gonna let y'all know. Let me let y'all know a little something. I'm not the only person, but sometimes your haters watch you. They get enamored with you. Sometimes your haters watch you. Those that are jealous of you watch you. You know, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I'm gonna do a video one day called Pretty Girls. Pretty Girl Issues. Pretty Girl Issues. Intelligent girl issues, some kind of issues, hell. Um, so, yeah, comment. I have had a few years. Many of you know I'm divorced, but my husband, ex-husband, whether he was cheating or whether it was someone he was with before he ever got with me, I've had a couple of women try to reach out to me. That divorce, that was in 2018, and I have had to, cut off some things with my social media. I've had to block my messenger. I've had to, certain things like that. And I'm divorced. I've been divorced 6 years, y'all. And I'm still dealing with this. Not only that, one of my other boyfriends that I had, he got a couple of women that been watching and da. So them ones, I'm not asking them to comment. But if they get anything out of this content and the Lord is working on their soul and the Lord is working with getting them to wherever they want to be, God bless you. God bless you. I wish you the best. I don't plan on being friends with none of them. None of that. But let God's will be done. But y'all comment. And let's talk about some issues. But today I want to cover children. I have 3 children. When I was married, I had 5 because he had 2, I had 3. We had 5 kids. A busy household. So for those parents, moms, dads, your kids ain't talking to you. Things done changed. You want your family back. You want them closer than what they used to be. The communication is blocked. You don't get it. You don't understand. So let me just give you a little feedback. I'm not going to make this video long. So I'm going to condense what I can into this. I don't know where you are, what ages your children are. I've done some teachings on some videos on raising your kids from birth, how to train them, get them to a certain place, stable in their emotions, able to see and understand and all clarity, all that kind of stuff. But if your children are older, because I've gone through, my kids are in their 20s, right? Late 20s. My oldest is 29. He about to be 30 this year. The other one, he's about to be 27. And my daughter is going to be 24. So they're all in their 20s. So parents the empty nest syndrome is real. The empty nest syndrome is real. Okay. I have been through it. I have cried. I have hashed over my mistakes because you don't want to let your babies go. You just hope that you gave them everything they need mentally and emotionally and spiritually. You just hope you gave them everything they need to make it, to be successful, to survive. You hope you gave them everything they need, and even in their character, their personalities, that then when they're out and about, people will be kind to them, that people will help them, that your children may find favor. Well, at least that's what I did, because I love my babies so much, and I see how they, they're not babies no more, and I know they don't like me calling that. Your kids may not want you calling them babies. Mom, don't call me baby. Daddy, don't call me. I'm a man now. And you hit that stage when they hit 13, 14, they smelling their stuff, feeling their stuff, and then you got to send them to their daddy. I send my son, send them to the daddy. You deal with it. Because they thinking they want to, all kind of situations with the kids. They'll try to say mean things to you, what you didn't do, what you should have did, what you could have did, who you shouldn't have messed with, who you should. They'll do all of that. What I'm going to tell you, God has a plan for everything. Pray over your children. And that sounds simple to say, but I'm telling you, I've watched it happen. Especially if you're connected with your children, really, really connected with your children, it'll be an instant move. I have one son. When I get nervous, he don't tell me all his business. Kids ain't gonna tell you every business. They gonna have embarrassing moments out with their friends or their boyfriends and girlfriends. They may not come back and tell you because it's so embarrassing to them. Or it could be, whatever situations happen. Your kids ain't gonna tell you everything now. They just not. So when I get nervous, one of my sons, I know that I hope he never watched this video because he gonna know what I do. But when I get nervous and this is the child. Now you all have your children and you know who they are. You know which child is the more risky child that's willing to take risks. You know which child is the creative child. You know which child is the loner child and doesn't, you know your children, right? So this child was always my nervous child because he's so bold and once his mind don't set on something, you can't change it. Once he convinced, you can't change it. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly. You can't change it. So, but because I was a good mother and I Christianed my children, I gave them to the Lord at birth. I did these things. So I would go into his room and I would just start praying. Or I'll take a pair of his shoes and I'll just pray over his shoes where his feet walk. Or it might be, maybe I just have a picture of him. I'll touch that picture. But for some reason, God honors it. I promise you. God honors it. Now, he's the only child that God does that with me. And the next day, I'll see his changes and he don't even know. I'll see his changes, and that's God telling me I have an assignment for him. You have been obedient in taking care of him. Don't worry, because he's not my child. He was given to me, and through the grace of God, I'm thankful I was obedient and I did well on that part of my life. I did well on that part, okay, guys? And so he'll change. It could be about a girlfriend. It could be some hurt he carrying. It could be, I don't know. It could be, pray for your children. If the demonic evil people know that if they take a particular item of somebody's and they start to do manipulative things, that they can manipulate a person's life and spirit, you as a Christian should know. But a lot of times we don't dive into the studying the devil and demonic spirits. And even though it's all through the Bible, we don't study that. We stay away from it. But the people that practice witchcraft, they know him more than what we know in the spirit. Because most of the Christian church is religious and they don't walk in the spirit. They read the scripture Sunday after Sunday, but they don't really truly know what that means and haven't experienced it fully. So that's one of the things, and he's the only one I do that with, though, because I see that Lord allows it and he's blessing, and that's something that me and that particular child have. And he said some mean things through the year because me and his father, didn't stay together, and his father was some kind of way, and because the father was too busy looking at the mama, so the kid got left out in the middle. So he has his issues with his mama. And so my daughter, girls are different from boys. If you have a daughter, God bless you. And I'm a girl too. I gave my parents hell. I ain't gonna lie. I gave my parents hell. I ain't gonna lie. But growing up in domestic violence, that's all they was gonna get out of me. Pimps, hoes, drug dealers, that's all they was gonna get out of me with some hell. Okay? So, but my daughter, I raised her differently from how I grew up. Very nurturing, fostering, loving, spirit-filled home, all that stuff. But she still has her issues. Girls have more hormones, they're more feminine, they go through menstrual cycles, then they get on, if they get on birth control, that throws their hormones in a whole nother direction. And then you have, so it's a lot that come with a female. And guys, you already know this, I ain't gotta tell you. But pray over your kids. Learn to be silent and listen, because a lot of times we as parents mean, you the parent, you listen to me, you shut up and you sit down, you listen to me. Yes, to a certain extent, your children must show you respect. But at the other end, sometimes you have to humble yourself and take a tad bit of disrespect to get to the real issue, to deal with that root, to pluck it up. Pray for your children. God has a plan for them. They do not belong to you. Just like he gave you a purpose, he gave them a purpose. Just like you made it through your childhood with your parents and the mistakes they made, you still came out in a decent spot and pretty good. If you're listening to this video, it means you love your children, you want to do better, you want to heal your family. Speak on the promises of God. Find your promises of God in the Bible when it comes to family, mothers, fathers, mothers and daughters, fathers and sons. Pray over it. Seek those scriptures. I'm still going through some things with my kids, but we're communicating. We're working on it. And I'm standing on the promise that God gave me for my children. Just love them anyway. And pray. And sometimes you have to step away from your kids. You might not talk to them for some months. And some of y'all, maybe some years. I didn't talk to my dad for over a year and a half, but I was working through my issues. But I love my father. Your children love you. Pray for your kids. And I hope that helps y'all. Like, subscribe, comment. Check out my website. Buy the book, What Future Me Told Past Me. Buy the albums, Who Am I? I Am. And I love y'all. Check y'all next time.